In today's news, we cover the very latest figures for Thailand for COVID, the incarceration of an Australian accused of child molestation, local updates, and for soccer fans, the roaring success of a Khon Kaen King of the Jungle in European football predictions. Today, Thursday, the government has released the latest COVID figures, 3,129 new cases, 457 of those within the prison system. In the same report, we hear of 30 new deaths in the past 24 hours, attributed to illnesses exacerbated by the virus. Thailand's Immigration Department is to review its online website this week, as reports indicate that the same pattern of poor design has allowed users to access other people's personal data when applying for either renewals or reporting in. No skills involved either, it's a design glitch for sure. This follows the apology from the government regarding the online application site for COVID vaccines earlier this week, as that was taken offline again due to the same poor coding and resulting in the same error as users could see other people's data. We're told that red-faced web developers are upgrading both sites. The Director General of the Medical Sciences Department has told the media that in all likelihood the Indian variant of COVID will become the predominant one in Asia and particularly Thailand. Originating in China, the virus has mutated in various regions of the globe. However, the Indian variant is proving to be 40% more transmissible than any other. This is we're reminded that vaccination is designed to prevent the patient from catching COVID, but does not stop them from carrying or passing on the virus. 6 schools in Phitsanulok province have closed after just 3 days, this after children or relatives had failed COVID testing. In some other regions, schools haven't opened yet as provincial governors watch to see how well it works elsewhere. Thailand's Prime Minister stated yesterday that the country will reopen to foreign visitors within 4 months. Love him or hate him, the one thing that can be said for Prayut is that when he says something it usually happens. Aiming to reduce the effect on people in all walks of life and of course businesses, he plans to welcome all who have proof of full vaccinations before arrival. While accepting there are risks involved, in his words, the priority for our country must now advance to the next level. Australian media are predicting the deportation of 44-year-old Adam James Fox, arrested here in Thailand at the start of the month in Mae Sot and currently held, hopefully in the least comfortable of all detention centres here. He's accused of molesting young children and skipping bail previously before being rearrested. Reports indicate that he preyed on the poorest of poor, the children of migrant workers, and could and perhaps should indeed be tried here, as the penal system is less comfortable than those of his homeland. The chief of the Royal Thai Police has sent a cheque for 100,000 baht to a food seller in Phuket, shot by a drunken policeman and still in hospital with spinal injuries. It seems that the cop was so wasted that he fired his weapon randomly and hit the man who he'd never even met before. The ex-boy in brown is in less comfortable accommodation. He's in jail without bail and faces attempted murder charges. In yesterday's news, we told you about the white lion in Khon Kaen Zoo. That's the one that's been predicting football results in the big European competition. Handlers labelled chunks of meat with the names of countries playing, and the king of the jungle chose which ones he would chow down on, in effect choosing winners. With 2 wins under his belt by Tuesday, yesterday we saw him get it right again, as the predictions we reported yesterday with France and Portugal to win were proven to be correct. As soccer has a massive following here, pundits globally are following closely. Macrud, the bumpy lime fruit grown here and used in Asian cooking, is causing consternation amongst Western shoppers, as in the UK it's referred to as Kaffir Lime. There, the so-called woke brigade has persuaded supermarkets to use the Thai word macrud instead, as they moan that kaffir, pronounced in a different way, is a racial slur in Africa. You can't make it up, but for sure a Thai word has now entered the English vocabulary. Meanwhile, at home and in Nong Pru, Tuesday night storms and power spikes didn't just cause blackouts for hours in some areas, but in one case emergency services were called out to one of those little DIY petrol pumps that pop up outside many stores here. It seems a 30-year-old man was electrocuted while filling his motorbike with fuel during the storm. One of the biggest issues here is the almost unregulated power supply, which can spike often and easily, causing huge issues. Let's coin a phrase, Vaxpats, those expats who have condos here or stay for a long time every year and have had their vaccinations in their home countries, now wanting to come here again. Well, for Vaxpats there's good news, as the city's doing everything in its power to make travel to the region available as quickly as possible. Condo operators are reporting more and more vacant units having power disconnected as bills go unpaid, and condo fees unpaid too. This as Vaxpats either fail to pay or are unaware that they have bills outstanding. Vaxpats. You heard it first on 103. And with the Met Office promising highs of 31, dropping down to 28 and the possibility of storms or at least rain, local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or programme, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.